you sneak in?
Oh, yeah.
Watch your tootsies. Just watch when it's on bills, okay? Oh,
What would be good
yeah.
for local connection?
The letter?
That will be your motor.
Yeah.
It's easy moving over there.
$53
At least this is.
2 inches.
Look, it's really small now.
I could have read that.
What's wrong with mine?
That's what's wrong with the glare. I have no idea. It's a lot of that.
No, he didn't sign, he's part of the agenda. Maybe I should come by and take a look at it and see if I can count.
Maybe it's a lot of that. I need to get something else for somebody falls through it.
Yeah. A lot of people put those on it. But I've been kind of thinking one something kind of tough.
Yeah. Something's up. It won't rot right away.
Hickory's tough.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I have hickory. No, it's on the end.
Ready, Will? Yeah. Yeah, ready. Everybody please stand, pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Ian Smith?
Here.
Tom Dixon?
There.
Tom Brink?
Here.
Mike Gossett?
Yeah.
Chuck Gallagher?
First thing, motion to approve the minutes. I think there was a amendment to the minutes from last month, wasn't there? Wasn't there an amendment?
Mhm.
Is there a motion to approve that? Can we get to approve those? Anybody?
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes with the amendment that Tom Dixon's name is added as the administrator.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Carried. No motion to approve the minutes, I guess, huh? Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
I made a motion to approve as amended.
Tom, he's with us. Tom Dixon motions to approve the minutes as amended.
Second.
Mike Fawcett seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
Public comment. First.
Fish and Press Production News Media thanks you for the privilege to film you. And if you have the viewership that BCIMA just had, 193 people watched in 5 hours. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Second? In place? Okay. Engineers report, Leo. How'd you do?
First, he's ever been quiet. Oh, did you bring something?
Sure, yeah, we're good. It's coming up.
Okay, on the water line project, final DEP inspection is scheduled for May 21st at 11 a.m. CNR is to begin punch list restoration starting tomorrow, weather permitting. So they should be in the area. We should be seeing them around tomorrow. On the water treatment facility, so the small water and sewer grant was submitted. I just left the fuel tank on there just to, I think you guys were gonna call some local suppliers to see if they would provide a fuel tank. I didn't know if you had any luck
I don't think we did. Did we run? No. That's what I thought.
None of them do it? Okay. I know Highland Tank makes them in containment solutions, but I couldn't find anybody that has the containment solutions tank. So I don't know who their sales rep is, or if they
I
sell
might
it.
go find that out, because we have one where I work.
Yeah, they didn't have any,
You know, see if I can.
and when I search it on Google, all I get is them.
Yeah.
So, but Highland Tank also, Highland Tank's a little more pricey.
Is there one up at, Punxsutawney? Is that Highland or is that
No, they're down, I think they're down by, towards Somerset.
Somerset?
Yeah,
Well, one at Punxsutawney did do them, I don't know if they're even there anymore.
I don't know who that would,
Right at the top of the hill on 36 coming out of Punxsutawney.
I don't know who that is.
I can't think of their name now, they used to do them.
That wasn't Brookfield Tank, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Brookville,
it was in Brookfield.
yeah, Brookville Tank.
Oh, okay, but
They used to do them with the, containment on them. Yeah, Highland's down on 30, over where the, plane crashed, on toward it, yeah.
So we did have a technical committee meeting, and Chris come up along with Skylar Eckenrod also. So just so everybody's aware, in the early next year, I'm gonna be retiring, and Skylar Eckenrod's gonna be taking over. So we're gonna do start the transition now, so there's enough overlap, so if there's any questions or anything, I'll still be around. It won't be, I'm going and he's here all of a sudden thing, so. But we did talk about a couple things. We discussed a rate analysis. If you guys want to pursue that, we would need the last 3 years of authority budgets, audits, and income and expense sheets. We'd need a copy of your current rates, and then the last 3 years of your Chapter 110 reports. Another thing that we discussed, if you want to pursue it, is distribution system mapping and modeling. I know you guys have it on Diamond Maps. If we can get the shape files and the KMZ files, we can print out a full-size print for you. And then if you want to pursue modeling of your system to see where you might have some pressure issues or flow issues, we can do that. We can use those files for that.
What would the cost be to that?
We'll put some numbers to it to let you know.
This rate analysis, does that have to be done in any time period for us getting loans or grants?
I don't think. I mean,
So
it's
Just something we should do.
should do, and at least you know where you stand. It'll kind of give you an idea where you stand in relation to
What we're
But
charging?
what we're trying to.
Eventually we'll need it for grants though, right?
Well, yeah. Basically, you'll need to know whether you're above the cap rate or below the cap rate on the grants. So that would tell you what that is.
Now, you talked there also briefly about maybe not coming to the rest of the,
I'll come. Skylar couldn't be here tonight. He had a prior commitment, but I'll come at least 1 or 2 more meetings.
okay,
And if you need me to come, just
let you know.
let me know and I can come.
Well, I only have one thing about the restoration. Did you, Jamie Knoll up there where that thing's walking out?
I let CNR know about that. That's on your list. That and the properties over on Crestview Street.
Right, okay. All right,
Mr. Chairman,
yes, sir.
was there a phone call from Carl Wartosik about more topsoil needed?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that
Expect-
either.
It settled quite a bit. He commented to me, I don't know, I didn't speak to him, didn't see him that day to ask if I should speak up for him, but here I am. But
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Are they gonna take a ride around to look for anything, or we pretty well have to give them a where and when?
I would hope they would, but I don't know. I mean, I was gonna have Rob and Jack check on them tomorrow. I mean, if I have to come up, let me know, I'll come up and we'll go around and,
I mean, like what he's talking about, they ought to be able to see if it's
Right.
sunk down pretty good.
Yeah.
but,
Well, you guys know where Carl's at, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you run into them, you know, tell them, give them a heads up.
yeah, just let them know it just come up.
Okay.
So,
Is it?
that's it.
Anybody else have anything for you? Operator report. Moving on.
The plant produced a total of 3,637,200 gallons in the month of May. That increase, when you compare it to April, that was for April, I'm sorry, not for May. That's a typo, my fault. April of 2025. When you compare that against April of 2024, that's an increase of 800,000 gallons over the month, with the only difference being a little bit of bulk water being hauled. But from what I see on the trends, looks like they're pulling maybe around 20,000 gallons a day when they do haul. So, and they're not hauling every day. So I'm not sure. Obviously, we still have some leaks out there that we brought PRWA in for. And there's I think 2 areas that the guys are still looking at from what they found when Glenn's house come up that week and a half ago. He come up
Something like that.
second week of May. So there's definitely a few more leaks out there that we gotta get a grasp on. Reservoir's full and overflowing. Well's currently off. Casco, Doug Laser was in May 9th, I want to say, for the air compressor service on the new air compressor that's under warranty. And the old air compressor is currently valved off for the filter. And I think he said that he sent but we haven't received it yet.
Received it. Tried home today. I left a message.
Okay. Membrane CIP cleanings were done on May 9th on Skid A. Membrane cleanings on Skid B will be scheduled for the first week of June, maybe the last week of May. We increased them from every 6 weeks to every 4 weeks, just to try to get some of that residual iron manganese off the filters from when the well ran last fall. Also made a bunch of changes to some backwash and flow rate timers for those filters as well to help with that. Glenn Kyles from PRWA was in Thursday, May 8th to assist with leak detection. He looked at a private property that we thought we had a leak at, as well as some areas. The one area being out on some maps call it Jim Lane, other maps have a different name. That's one of the areas that we're still working in right now. I'm requesting approval for $768.43 for 2 supplies, one being a pH probe, a bench top for the lab, a glass probe. We ordered one in September of 2024, a plastic one at about half the cost of what you see on this quote. The glass one hopefully lasts a lot longer than that. And then chlorine injector. We're going to redo some of the fittings on that chlorine injection point. They have it, I guess, neck down from 1 inch to like 3/4, and then 3/4 to half to the injector. We're going to hope to go straight into flowing water there to help any plug ups, get the chemical right into the stream of water. It's not good when you have stagnant water meeting with chlorine, everything oxidizes. Annual CCR reports have been posted on PRWA's website, and hard copies are available by request at the office. We will not charge for those. We're not allowed to charge for those. Invoice from chemicals from Sitka will be coming the end of this week. I think the delivery scheduled for the end of this week.
It came today, actually.
Oh, today?
Early, yeah.
Okay. So there'll be an invoice for that, for caustic and chlorine. DS Generator, I reached out to them to get a service agreement quote for servicing either quarterly or annually to match up with Weekland's quote that we got 2 months ago. for searching the generator at the plant and at the well. There was an issue 2 weeks ago during that last storm event where the generator did not kick on automatically, it did kick on manually. And then invoice will be coming also this month for the meter guys. Our annual flow meter calibrations are due. I think that June 9th is the date that they were in last year, so they gotta be done before the 365-day mark, so I'll reach out to him and see if he can get up in the next week or two. And then the 2 quotes for the injector and the pH probe are attached.
What's that one?
Those are 2 attached there.
Yeah.
Well, you just take the difference, the pH probe, I think was like, off the top of my head, like $503. But whatever, the quote that's in there is for the injector at $264. Just take that difference minus the $768.43 for the price of the pH probe, the glass pH probe.
Oh, okay.
So calculator, it was $503 for the glass pH probe, I believe, and some change. But if you take the total between the two is $768.43. And then you minus the quote that's in there for the injector.
$503.93.
Yeah, $503.93 was the glass pH probe. You done? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I'm curious on the protocol for CCR, this Consumer Confidence Report. I don't know any amendments made to what I viewed on the internet, but it said expressly unless you conduct a survey and 100% of your customer base has access to internet, you have to hard copy the CCR to your customers.
Yeah, I'm not sure about all that, but you aware of that, Brian?
I've never heard of that. I mean, a lot of systems post them online, but you have to have them made available for hard copy at the office. I do know that. When you post them online, they have to be
And
available.
also, yeah, I agree. Yeah, you have to have a copy there all the time also and available upon request, but still, if you didn't do the survey, that's how I read it. It was real plain English.
Okay, I've never seen how to send you one to your house.
Yeah, I don't know. Can your systems post online, or do they mail hard copies?
They don't mail hard copies.
I'll reach out to our sanitarian and see, but yeah.
Well, another reason I was saying is because I remember we used it, when you had to send that out, we would try to pack as much as we could in. We put the water conservation flyers all enclosed so that we were getting the biggest bang for the melon.
Mm-hmm.
Update on household sizes. That way we could, better figure out where the water's going and the household use. Anyway, I didn't see any change, so that's all I wanted.
Leo, are you familiar with those regs?
No, I'm not. I thought that you could just post it online and have hard copies available. I wasn't aware that there were about a
So,
survey.
I'm just a dinosaur on that click-to-click stuff. But when I hit that microphone and I say, hey, tell me about the CCR report for PA, it tells me more than I ever wanted to know about it. And when you get right down to the end of the bunker, that's when it says, you must. That leaves no maybes, you must. Hey, if I'm wrong, they updated it, but.
Well, I think we went over this last year too. I did check on it, but I'll call again and make sure.
I didn't know about last year, because I just recently filed for the one that came out in 2020, last June for 2023, and I just recently inquired about it.
You can probably hang
I'll call now.
something at the plant too and stating that they're available upon request, right?
Yeah, we can. I'll call DEP just to make sure that we're good there. I think Len will know too.
One other question, not about that, but my concern and question raised last time about the CCR when it stated for 2023 that the radionuclides and alpha emitters were not done and were to wait until 2030. Was there discussion, or are you gonna move ahead and have those tests
Well, I
done?
know there was some, just a little bit of discussion about it, we haven't moved on it yet, but yeah, there was some discussion on it. I mean, if that's something that you guys wanna vote on now or something, we can do that. What he's talking about, that,
There was
getting
a
that test done.
good-sized earthquake from last time till now.
I mean,
Those are ground emitters, correct, Leo?
put it up for motion if somebody wants to motion on getting it done. I mean, it's, I don't know what it costs, but
I don't know off the top of my head.
what would it consist of, taking the sample and taking it down to Pace, or?
Yeah.
Is it, what do you think, it's costly, or?
I don't know that it is. I know that they don't run them in the Altoona lab. They'll outsource it to one of their other labs. Usually when they do that, it can be fairly costly. I'm gonna say probably a few thousand, but that's just
Used to be
spitball.
They would do it like the baseline triggers, and then if it's something triggered, they would extend the testing. That's how I remember it.
You ever seen anything like that, Ken?
That's something that's just done every 9 years, is this thing.
But ours wasn't done, right?
Right.
So, I mean, I don't think it's, I think it's something we can look into. Can you
Yeah,
guys get a quote?
I'll get you a price.
And then we can do it.
And you got on here about Sitco asking about the guardrail damage. Are they gonna turn that into their insurance, or are they gonna?
Yeah, they're waiting on us. So I
We
called.
can't do anything till they turn it into their insurance.
Well, he doesn't want to turn it into insurance depending upon the price.
So that he wants us to get a price from the contractor?
Yeah, and so I called Keystone Guide Rail, and Keystone Guide Rail said there's nothing they can do about the guide rail. We gotta start with the concrete.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut a section out and put a piece of guardrail in. You're looking about $5,000 there, is what you're looking at.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can call and let him know that ballpark and see what he says.
roughly $5,000.
I'll let you guys know.
I mean, it's pretty simple, and it's gotta have new anchors put in, section of it's gotta come out, rebolted,
Okay.
so,
You think that's pretty estimate, pretty good estimate?
yeah, you're looking about 5,000 to get a contractor to do it.
I don't think we can do this contract. Do you? You should, you're in the concrete world.
Oh, the guys I know will be about 20,000. They work great. Now, we should get somebody for about $5,000, it's a simple fix,
Yeah.
but it's time consuming.
Yeah.
Tom, I have a question for Ryan. Out of that amount of water that was produced, how much was, used by?
Billed?
Yeah,
2.6, I believe was the number. 2.4, I'm sorry. 2.4 roughly million out of the 3.6. That puts your lost water about 33%.
So about 1.2 million is running away.
Yes.
A lot of water.
Where was, and then we took 372,000 gallons last month. So, or yeah, last month. You didn't compare it to the month before that.
I did not. I can go back and look at that.
Well,
I was just trying to compare April to April. Because if you
you're
look at
going
like-
yearly, but what I'm saying is, that was April to April. And technically that, yeah, we'd be in the high one, April. So the March reading, March we should be almost 400,000 more this year. 372, what did we read? Something like that, 372?
Compared to last
We
month.
sold 372 gallon for the month, technically for the month of April. Yeah. 'Cause
So you would just
it goes in May.
subtract that off.
Part of that goes into May too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to really pinpoint it down to the start of a month and the end of the month when they're running past the deadline.
You had something you want to say about
I have a question. Does this board have protocol in place regarding the allowance of bulk water sales compared to state of reservoir? The level of
They
the
shut off.
reservoir?
If we have a major break line, major line break, or the reservoir's not running over, they're done. They already know that.
it? Yeah, it was all part of it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's all I have.
And I control the valve, so they're gonna get shut off.
You're gonna issue this, 2 pieces of equipment.
Oh, yeah, I guess we make a motion on what Ron's asking for, we're gonna have to do a motion for the pH probe and
Chlorine injector. Injector assembly, it can be used for other things other than chlorine, but we're gonna use it for chlorine, so.
I'll make a motion. Jeff Gallagher makes a motion to purchase the equipment that Ryan Beason needs.
I'll second.
Mike Crossett seconds.
Give Brian a copy.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. None opposed?
Give a copy
Thank you,
to
Jeff.
Brian.
None opposed. Yeah, I guess we'll move on.
Something I have is interesting. I don't want it. You can see.
The office report next, Casey.
It's just motion for bills.
Motion to pay the bills, or motion to pay the bills?
Two questions on the bills. Is that our normal monthly insurance bill?
Yes.
15, where did I see it?
It's down where it says EMC companies.
Ah, there it is.
$1,024. Yes.
And the power went up again, didn't it? I know that's almost 70,000 a year by the sound of this, if they keep it that rate. That's why I need them spreadsheets done. Where's, you know what,
Why is Windstream 1,000?
that was two bills.
Separate bills.
We have two bills.
There's 3 bills, isn't it?
We're getting up there.
Okay. I thought it was only like 3 or something.
Hey, we didn't have a bill for them, did we? Oh, right there it is. Yeah. It's over 450 now.
Is there a,
6.
just out of curiosity, what would the LV water one be for? Consumables?
That's the annual, I think that was the annual,
I
wasn't it?
thought we were.
No, that's more than that.
Yeah,
There's
it's
something
all
Nick,
Oh, the hydrant?
Is that what that's
They
for?
ordered, I'm assuming, I didn't order anything else other than that.
no, I was.
Did you guys order any meters lately?
Those meters I went for.
Okay, so there's
Fittings.
meters and there's a,
Yeah, it's fittings and
was
meters.
the hydrant for that one that's bagged on there, was the repair kit delivered yet?
That's the windshield.
Delivered today, it'll be here Thursday, we'll fix it Thursday.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that's in the bill, I haven't seen the elevator bill.
The day station system, it's over 70 now.
For the hydrant?
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay. I mean, that's all good, I mean, we're using stuff, right? The hydrant.
Yeah, Nick's coming in to help rebuild the hydrant down there. Is that the only things that are on the LB bill that you guys know of?
Yeah.
No other repair
660
clamps or?
6,640, yeah.
Okay.
Never mind. 72,000 a year right now. That's too much.
Is LB Water going to be refurbishing the hydrant, or are your men going to?
Well, they're assisting our guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Is that it? Just need a motion to pay the bills.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
Tom Dixon makes a motion to pay the bills. Is there a second?
I will second that.
Steve Smith, Dan Smith, seconded. All in favor? Aye. Not opposed? That motion carries.
So the one question I do have, and I apologize, I was trying to scan through there. The PRWA bill for 500, Casey, what was that for?
We're bringing it to renew it.
Are they breaking up into 2 bills? Because usually it's around 1,100 a year.
And it was just 500, I have 900 in here.
I want to make sure that they weren't
No,
charging
it
us
just said
for
500 in here.
to come in with and assist with leak detection, because that's a free service as part of that agreement. But I thought it was more than 500. So
It just said this. And it just says it renewed on the bottom.
Right.
That's your thing.
And it just said membership renewed,
okay.
that's all. I can send it to you tomorrow.
Yeah?
Yep.
Old business. Anybody have any old business in the top?
Yeah, I do. the road. The more I looked at that road out there, we've already discussed about putting the pipe in, but I'd like to get 150 ton of either number 3s, number 4s to fill the, excuse me, to fill the ruts in before we put the millings over top of it. As deep as them ruts in that are, we put millings over it, the mud's just gonna come right up through it. We should have probably 50 ton of 2Bs for backfilling the pipe, and he needs probably, should get 50 ton of 2A for backfilling if we have a break or something, because I see you don't have much stone there. You got some screens for bedding, but that's about it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on our issue, but we're going to talk with B&G. They're out, I don't know what town it is, but they're out there. He's gonna be our supplier for stone. We got a good price on everything, so
Can you price any 3s and 4s?
I can.
Yeah.
I do.
Who in it?
It's called B&G.
Up by the
Right by
valley
Jimmy's
school.
water.
Where did they come from? 16?
No, we for the loads we're getting, he's the cheapest around. He'll charge us $15 to bring it in.
15?
$15.
Good price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Limestone.
yeah.
Yeah.
We,
Gotta specify that. Don't get that garbage sandstone.
okay.
You know, it's all right for backfilling the pipe, but it's no good for under the road or trying to build a road.
Okay.
We need a motion to buy that stuff, that amount.
We got that price on it. I think we got to put a price to it
Yeah.
first.
You write that down, you got the prices?
Can you get a quote for the 3s and 4s? Is that what you said, 3s and 4s, right?
What do you think, 3s or 4s? I call it ballast stone.
All right. Yeah, I'd call them more to get
3s. Go with 3s.
Okay.
We'll need 2Bs for around the pipe. I'd say you go good with 50 ton of that.
All right.
And then you did get a price. We approved to get a couple of 2A already, didn't we?
Yeah.
Or 2RC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
No, you're
Last meeting, I believe there was talk of putting some of that blue pipe in as your cross drains.
Yeah.
That's not gonna last. First time you get weight across, Tom, you're just gonna crunch.
Oh, well, we can down deep enough. Yeah, we'll put a fill over that. That's better than the ADS pipe, stronger. But we're gonna have to get it down at least a foot.
I'll bet you the winter won't last a year.
Better not be anything heavier than a pickup going over.
Okay. Just while you're planning on spending money, what do you need, like 3 major cross drain pieces, so.
Probably a dozen of them.
Well, main.
We're gonna be,
3 main, anyway.
since we got the pipe, we're gonna double and triple them, so that there's volume there.
Tim, you probably have some
You're gonna
experience
spend
in
that
that.
money, just don't cut corners where you.
How do you know you're never taking anything heavier than a pickup across the?
If you have
The
to
other
take
road,
equipment
once
up
we
there
get
to
the
fix the
permits
pipe
done.
broke, you
Okay.
might be in trouble.
But
If you have to take equipment up there to fix a leak, you might be a little.
well, that's gonna be a small track hoe and,
Yeah.
you know,
Hey,
and we can all.
I'm thinking it, I'm gonna ask it, buddy.
I know, if we need something bigger, once we get these road permits in, we can always come in the other way. And not walk out. I wouldn't wanna take anything, a tandem or tractor out that way,
It won't stand.
because the main lines aren't that deep either, the main water.
I know, but we had that fixed at one time, Tom, and I come from the reservoir into Irvona to this office right here in 20 minutes. And I wasn't flying, I wasn't beating the truck.
Well, that's kinda what we're hoping to do now.
So, I mean, it can be done, you just gotta get the water taken care of.
Yeah, get it solid, get the water taken care of,
Yeah,
get
so
it
you don't do
solid.
that, nothing you put on there's gonna help, nothing. You just push it to China, they'll end up with them out in there somewhere.
Do they still have it, all the millings that we
They don't
need?
have much left. As soon as they call, we're supposed to get it.
Get one to get some.
Maybe Casey ought to, that person you talked to over there, remind them that we still want them.
We're just waiting, as soon as I got the letter, they was gonna let us know.
Ah,
The millings?
yeah,
Yeah, they're gonna let us know.
we're approved for it, just gotta,
Yeah, he said that he had enough there to suffice, but the pile is getting smaller.
There
Now,
ain't
there's a
much there.
contractor that bought some, he said, I forget that guy's name out of Hollingsburg that I talked to there, probably about 3-4 weeks ago. But I don't know if they plan on bringing more. I mean, their paving season's probably getting ready to start too, so they might be adding to that pile over the next 6 or 8 weeks.
All the milling contracts for District 9 have to go to the plants this year. They ain't getting, the state ain't getting any.
Oh, okay.
Has to go for RAP. Unless they let something else come out. There is another paving contract coming up, but I didn't see anything on it either.
That it?
No, this will be on the other part of the road. I've talked to the state representative and had a couple conversations with the game commission. We're gonna end up, we have to get permits to use them roads. We're gonna keep using them anyhow, because the guy that told me that don't have the authority to tell us we can't use them, but we do need permits. Not due to the weight of the truck. It's a commercial truck because it belongs to the authority. So that's what it is. It used to be, if it was a tandem or a trax or a tractor trailer, you had to get a permit, you had to bond it, and you could only use it so certain times a year. Well, we need to use it year round, and we're gonna, next few weeks, hopefully get that straightened out and get the permits. Like I say, I'm meeting with the state rep. He's helping with the people he knows, and we'll get it taken care of, hopefully.
I don't know if Donna can help on this or not, but we had trouble with game commission. Didn't they prove when Pink was chairman that they said as long as we're permitted and we're keeping the permit active for the reservoir, you have access. They
That's
can't
what it's supposed to be.
It is.
Yeah.
It was, it's in writing and there no one amended it.
So they don't want us using the new road, which is a better road. It's actually a little shorter too. And the other road's impassable, really. It's not the best.
I'm just saying, if that guy's telling you that, he's not speaking the truth.
We know that.
Okay. Just trying to back up a little
We
reinforcement.
know that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Is that all, Paul?
That's all I had.
Anybody else? You guys wanna go over this now? Good. So these guys have some stuff they'd like to see, or fill people in what they've been doing, so.
Yeah, we got quotes for radios, kinda need them.
Okay.
Mini excavator, we just need to see what we're gonna do. I mean, we're gonna get them to come in and do it, or we're gonna do it, we just need an answer, like hopefully today. That we can just go get the stuff, and me and Zach can do it, or call Cat, bring them in.
You guys are servicing it. That's what we did last meeting.
Yeah, we did that last week.
Last meeting, you two were gonna service it.
Okay.
Or you got the stuff.
Weren't you here?
I was here, but to get all the stuff, kinda like,
What's the, wanna tell them the prices?
it was like $700 for us to get everything, and that was calling Cat. And it was like $1,000 for them to come out
And do it.
and do it. And then they called about our warranty. Our warranty ran out, but they wanted to give us extended warranty. She called today, and she was supposed to call back today for the quote, but she never called back.
$700 for how many fillers?
It's everything.
Is it the oil also?
Yeah. It's a hydraulic fluid, oil, filter, fuel filter.
Well, you wouldn't need to change hydraulic a little. There's a little bit of life on the hydraulic. Motor will need change.
Well, that's break-in oil though, ain't it?
You know,
That shouldn't be breaking oil on that. That had hours on we got it and it was serviced.
How many's on it?
500. A little over 500 now. It should have been 13,
How many?
500.
A little bit much on the motor oil. About 300 should be, well, what was on it when we got it? But they serviced it when we got it.
211, something like
Huh?
that. 211.
It's due.
Yeah.
300 hours for motor oil.
Yeah.
The hydraulic wouldn't need change yet.
Okay.
I mean, I changed on hydraulic fillers.
What's your thoughts, Tim?
On this hydraulic oil, what's the maintenance schedule say from Cat?
Yeah.
This is
That's
them
what they're-
telling us what we need to do.
That is-
500 hours on hydraulic oil.
They said since they're changing the filter, you know, you might as well service it, the oil as well,
Yeah.
while you're doing everything.
Oh, definitely filters.
Is that from now on, or is it because it was the first oil in it? Is it gonna be every 500 hours?
No.
It's for 500
We
hours,
can do every
because it's a
500,
break
but
in.
it's not
That's what I was
5,000.
getting at.
They can go up to 2,500 hours with their service plans. So,
Now with CAT, are they gonna send it away and get?
Yeah,
They will,
Bill
for
Allison.
metallic.
We just-
You could maybe give them the sample and they'd still do it.
They will. I've done that before. Took them down to Thirdfield and Beckwith, and they've taken it and sampled
Yeah.
them. Birchfield.
That's hard to believe, $700 for shoulder and oil for that little thing.
yeah, I forget, I think it was like 8 gallons of hydraulic fluid, become 5-gallon buckets, as everyone knows. That's what they sell, and then, you know, same with oil, things like that,
So
so,
you're getting 10 gallons,
yeah.
but you need some in case you lose a little bit here or there anyway.
What do you think?
Suppose that's all synthetic too, isn't it?
Yeah, I just wrote it down.
Just about anything anymore is all synthetic.
What they told you is what they're recommending, right?
Because we told them to come up on the screen, and they had everything, you know, it was in the system, so they knew what needed done.
Well, we don't have a warranty left, so I mean, it'd be probably just as cost effective for us to do it ourselves and have them do an oil sample.
Do you guys feel confident doing it?
Yeah, I think that oil sample, you should try and do that for a while anyhow.
All right. I know I've
I'm
seen.
sure good companies, big companies probably do it all the time.
I know they can, dirty hydraulic oil can make havoc on a hydraulic pump, so. I've seen it. We gonna just let them do it then, or?
I'm good with that.
Yeah. What do you think? Yeah, no. Do you guys feel confident doing it? I don't think you guys do it.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, man.
Take a couple $100 and then put out there.
Go ahead, there's something else, sir?
And you used oil to get rid of it, there's still some up there.
Yeah.
Go up to Jimmy's Inn. Head toward, Drain Highway, just down about a quarter-mile, guy's got a big tote sitting there. He'll take all your oil. That's the best way to get rid of it.
You can probably take it to Coldport, Discount Auto, we take it to them.
Oh, somebody up here take it?
Be a lot closer.
Okay. Because they don't take it, I know that guy will take it.
Reynolds in Glasgow take it.
Huh?
Reynolds in Glasgow.
Oh, Reynolds? There's people sitting around with them totes for their furnace. They just don't like antifreeze. They'll take it because they don't know what's in it, but
Camo truck, I see one up over here.
You just gotta find the title, right? Title, then we can sell it.
Is that in that safety deposit box we looked at?
oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
I think we have total. You guys,
I'm pretty sure that's titled in the authority's name, so
we gonna put it up for sale?
the forestry would be out of it.
If it's titled to us,
Yeah, I think it is. We looked at it one day up there.
we got a motion to sell it then? It's over there, plant, yeah.
Plus more to advertise for and we get out of it.
The Chevy, the camo truck?
Yeah, where did we dig you?
It's in the safety deposit box, we have it,
Oh,
yeah.
Maybe Casey can run over and pick that up and we'll make sure before we do
Well, I
it.
think there has to be 2 or 3 people
Oh, I-
sign something like that.
Two? I'd go with it.
We're gonna put it, or what's it, well, I guess we'll,
Might as well just get it and bring it over, then we have it and we can go over it, but I'm pretty sure the way we looked at that, it's titled in the authority's name.
underground tank removal,
Yeah.
that's for Weekland,
Yes.
$2,000. Empty and remove it.
Pump it, remove it. Right, Ron?
Yeah.
Price.
Is that us unburying it, or are they
I
gonna?
think that's them,
Okay.
from what I understand.
You know, we can't put another one in over 100 gallon unless we get a permit,
That is,
An underground, yes.
100 gallon.
I don't,
Yeah. It's,
I personally am not in favor of putting another one on the ground myself, but after the problems we've had with that one in the area that it's in, the way the water runs down in there.
And are we sure that that's got a hole in it getting water in, or surface water come in somewhere?
I don't know, I just know it's full of water.
Or somebody give us a load of water?
surface water.
Huh?
Surface water.
It is surface water.
You called, so we need information on that.
I had somebody said they'd pump that out.
That's what they thought, like,
Why don't we pump it out and put some air to it and see if it'll take air and hold it?
I'm sure there's outfits out there that can test it.
Huh?
I said, I'm sure there's outfits out there that can test it.
Well, no, they said there was somebody who would pump it out for nothing.
well, I thought that's the way they were talking, they were gonna do it.
Bolger Brothers will test that tank.
What do you want to test and see if it's gonna hold air pressure?
You know, I don't know. That's
He
not
thinks
my
it might be
business.
surface water.
Hey, let's get in there somehow.
Yeah.
What's your thought?
We have an opinion on it, I don't know where the filler is, where you fill it. Is it like below
Well, the whole tank's submerged under water pretty much, because the whole cavity in there fills up with water, what's going on, I think. There's probably a connection on there somewhere, it's letting water in. It's gotta be a higher connection, because fuel ain't leaking out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know somebody, one of the meetings said that a guy wanted to come in and he would take what's in
Well,
it.
that's what Weekland was talking like, but now it looks like he's,
Oh, is this the same guy? Oh. Yeah, but that's for removal.
that's for removing it, yeah.
Yeah, he said he could pump it out for free, but
He was gonna, this is probably remove it,
Ah.
probably.
Leo, you don't have any quotes from any recent projects that you guys done on tanks? Do you have to put secondary containment in if it's a double wall tank?
I don't think so.
Well, if it's under a certain gallon,
I think it's 1,000 though for a double wall tank and be above the ground. Don't quote me on that
Yeah.
number, but
yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, in some cases it can be larger, but yeah, for your application, 1,100 gallons is the max
For above ground.
for above ground. Before you need to
Yeah.
do the permitting and do all the,
I think you can put a 500 in without containment though, isn't it? It's a gray
I
area,
don't remember reading that, but I can check into that, but.
you know, just a regular skid tank.
Not a double wall.
Yeah, I'm just saying a regular skid tank though.
But when you say regular, you don't mean a double wall.
No, single wall, yeah.
In the ground, is it glass lined or is it just steel?
I don't know now, I think it may even be plastic, I'm not sure.
I believe it's a steel tank.
Is it steel? I don't know.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, there's not too many people put 1,000 gallon tank in, other than steel. Even those fiberglass tanks, they're having trouble with them, they're replacing them.
Just a little note, when Y2K scared, we were urged to add a second tank for the big generator to a pump station, so we did.
Yeah.
DEP made us make a port from the drain, where the drain empties near the creek. We had to have a containment that would take both containers, so we had to bury 1,000 gallon to cover up two 275s.
Oh, yeah.
That was then. I don't know how laws are now, but they made us have containment. Maybe it was because we were so close to Hockenberry, but you are there also. So,
It's supposed to be 1.5 times whatever your volume is.
maybe I'm mistaken in why we got the 1,000. Maybe it was just got the better break and it, like overkill at a better price than what we need for a lot more. Because we put it in ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you.
So $2,000 just to pump it out and remove it, and that has nothing but setting another tank in anyway.
Let's try to just pull it out there.
Wasn't there a way if you pump it out that you could just have some type of like check it periodically and see if you're having infiltration? Because if you do, or if it's a leak, you're not leaking fuel out, right? You're just getting water in.
Well, that's what I said about to pump it out and let's put the air to it. If it ain't gonna hold air, it ain't gonna hold
I
fuel.
agree, sir, yeah. It used to be pricey, I don't know what it is now, and it'd be worthwhile, because if you do got a leak, then you got remediation, they'll come in and tell you.
Well, I think when that project's done too, I think the thing to do that I'd like to see is the day tank, what they call a day tank.
Yeah.
Inside the generator room, it's probably full of water. So right now the source has changed into the tank that's sitting outside the building. But we probably gotta change out all those lines or find a way to get that water. It's probably all through there. They got the generator up and running, but the day tank, that probably holds at least 30 or 40 gallons.
Yeah,
Probably all bad too.
that's a good point. What do you think, Leo? What's your thoughts?
As far as,
Pull it or test it?
I can test it.
Yeah,
How long has it been in there?
probably since the plant built out.
20 years.
You're probably looking at a leak on the bottom and the water's coming in and the oil's going to the top. And I would pull that tank. I have pulled tanks.
Yeah.
Then you have to have the whole area. DEP has to inspect all where you dug it out. And if you have a leak in there, remediation is, and I've done that.
I know.
That ain't cheap.
Well, I know personally myself, my personal opinion is to pull it because of the issues we had.
But this was just a homeowner that had a 1,000-gallon tank.
But I just know the issues that we had with, you know what I mean? So, like, it's not pleasant.
It is,
So,
it's because you have.
I mean,
If it's over 10 years, I would get it out of
I
there.
would think long line pulling it.
yeah. Maybe,
I'd have to try and look that.
want to take a day and go over and look at it?
Yeah, it might just be the standpipes turn around cracked where it threads down in the top.
Pull that metal out of there and throw it out.
Water, enough water gets in the top and it turn around and just drips down.
Alright, maybe we'll take a look at it. We'll pull that metal out of there and pump the water out of there, it's in there. And
The fuel and the water is separated, so if you turn around and stick your sump clean down the bottom, you're gonna turn around and pump for the fuel. And
There's
turn around-
70 gallons of liquid in the tank right now, based on the gauges in the generator. No idea how much water.
Never stick it. No trace level meter stick, ground up on.
I don't know.
well, what I mean is, we'll pump the water off the tank before we can get in there and look at it. Because I think last time when we was over there, it was underwater, so. Because all that runoff runs right in there. You know what I mean?
How much is in that tank now?
70 gallons.
70 gallons from what's on the wall. If that gauge is right, it's 70
Yeah,
gallons.
how-
Because when Weaklands came,
Hasn't been going down since you quit using it,
I don't know.
which that doesn't mean there ain't a hole in the top.
What do you guys think?
2-3 inches and a half hour.
Called Rusty's then, I guess that's all part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Meters, you wanna talk about those?
Yeah, I think we're gonna try to get them ready for Texas if we can get them a little cheaper. This last batch of LB was junk.
Really?
Yeah. And they said, oh, it's the rubber O-ring. We pulled one apart, and the rubber O-ring is perfectly fine. There's no cracks in there, nothing.
No, like the one you guys were telling me about, you
Yeah,
had
so
issues.
yeah, that was one we put in, it was leaking around the seal where the plastic is. We took it apart, they said the O-ring was cracked. Wasn't cracked at all. And they're having a hard time getting them. We asked for two boxes, they couldn't give us a box and a half.
well, we should be going back and asking them to replace them.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're a week or two old,
Yeah.
LB should be.
Yeah, they should be under warranty. Yeah.
If it was one, I can understand, but this is several meters over the last 6 months that
Is it? Yeah.
had issues,
Just
so.
for this past week.
Well, when Nick comes up, I'll email Nick tomorrow, but when Nick comes up to do the hydrant, tell him that I wanna talk to him about the meters.
Yeah.
And getting reimbursed for the meters.
Pulled the camera, we're gonna look for a different camera throughout the reservoir. We'll probably use that one up at the storage tank sometimes, obviously. You hit the button and see
See what the lows
Yeah.
are? Okay.
Bought a new battery for the dump trailer. It was bad. We tried to dump a bunch of shit on Jim's lane. It was a little fiasco, but we got it now.
Work good now?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it's
Does that truck have a wire so it runs power back?
Yeah, but it also has a trickle charger on it that needs plugged in. That's why it needed to be close to the garage of the plant so you can unplug and charge that battery in at all times. So it was ready to go. Sitting across the road, there's no power there to try and keep that charged.
Hey, you guys check on, North Star to see if that sand, their DEP sand will meet for the drying beds?
I have a call into Browns Hill, and so Leo gave us the specs on the sand. Browns Hill only has 3 particular particle grades of sand, and the spec sheet didn't call for what type of sand. There's 3 different options in Browns Hill, Ohio. The depths and all the dimensions are on there, and tons or cubic yards you can convert it to. But I need from Leo the spec on the particle of sand, on size.
Well, I know we can get DEP sand from up there at Penfield. It's probably gonna be about a third of what it is out there, or maybe less than that.
Oh, I'm open to getting wherever's the cheapest, as long as we make sure it's the right sand.
I know it's DEP approved sand, but does it meet the gradations?
Yeah. I know that Altoona put the wrong sand in, I'm sure Leo remembers that one. Yeah, filler beds at Altoona plug up, they won't even pass water through them.
Well, they're saying
Huge
there,
fans.
it won't go through. Because you don't dare get in there and run on it, because it'll pack.
I'll send you the spec in the morning.
Okay.
I know Hawbaker's down to sandstone plant has DEP approved sand, but it's garbage. Way too much clay in it.
You guys at number 10 repaired a leak?
Yeah, we repaired the leak at Westover Road. Crazy because it wasn't wearing his mask or show, but thanks to you and Jeff for stopping by that night.
Yeah.
Already went over, oh, go look at, Jerry has a car trailer down there, you know, we're gonna look at when he has time. Just for transporting the equipment, it's a little bit safer going that way.
Okay.
Going back real quick, I don't mean to interrupt you, Rob, but going back to the leak, I did get a phone call today from the lady on Hoop Up Road asking about the rocks. And Rob and those guys said they'll put on the list as soon as we get some dry weather to get in there and get it out of. But I wanted the board to know that she did call me.
Other than that, no problem.
Yeah. Said the guys did a nice job. The driveway's a lot drier than it's been in years.
Parts for fire, we already talked about, we'll be here Thursday. Nick, B&G, we already talked about being our main supplier for stone. We talked about new camera for reservoir, so.
Okay. You guys what do we have in mind for another camera out there? What are you thinking, like Verizon or?
Well, first of all, I want to make an apology to the board. I got that, you guys approved it. I got the Tacticam. Jeff sent me a brownie. And talking to the guys out at Sportsman's, said that the Tacticam bill would work better.
Okay.
So I will buy that back from you guys if you guys don't want that, and whatever cost you pay for it, because that shouldn't be on you, that's on me. So I can use that in hunting purposes or whatever. If you guys can't use it, I feel bad that it's not working up there, so.
Where you guys said about using it at the tank, is it usable up there?
Yeah, I think, you can on the app, you can just hit it, button, it'll send you a picture right away, you know, so you can see.
Well, when the power goes out,
So other service, I guess.
so when the power goes out, you can still,
Instead of running up and down, you
See
can
it.
click that button, it'll send you a picture.
It's not solar power.
No.
It can be, it can be.
I got 2 down there just got, actually the mailbox yesterday. Solar power, but I don't know. I think you have to have Wi-Fi there for it to kick it back to you. Probably need a lot of cell service there or anything out that way.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
We're running ours off the Wi-Fi. But we just got 2 different ones in there, that are solar panels. Have a little solar panel.
yeah,
I'm gonna try them.
see if they work better. Yeah, so I even said I'd some cell cameras, I'll run one out next time we're out there and hook it up, see. That's just a different brand, see if it works. instead of going to buy one.
Well, those Tacticam, the gray outs they're called, are supposed to be AT&T and Verizon. They're good from either tower, whatever has better service. But you're saying it doesn't get anything out there.
Nothing until you get to the pump house and then,
Yeah, sitting down in that valley might probably ain't real good.
yeah.
We need to do anything for him to go ahead and get that 2A. You got prices.
For the 2A.
2RC, I mean. $15 a ton, you say?
That's delivered. I think it was like $30 a ton or something like that.
Oh, $15 a ton wasn't delivered?
No, that was his charge for delivery.
Deliver the whole ways over. Yeah, but I'm sure if we buy more, I think his triaxle loads are $250.
Plus,
Not-
plus $15 to deliver it.
A triaxle load, yeah.
So $265.
Yeah.
I know they like to keep things local, but you ought to call Grant's Brothers or somebody. They're gonna bring it up here for about 17, 18 bucks.
Okay.
I thought you meant 15 bucks delivered.
Yeah, delivered, not a load, just delivery.
It's only about $6 a ton to the quarry. Well, that's what it is now.
Not anymore. You can't even buy the garbage up there, turn around and clean the blacktop plant for less than 10. Yeah.
They'll give me a hell of a deal then.
Yeah, we can motion that.
$30 a ton.
I think it was 25. I know his triaxle loads are like $250.
For delivery only.
$250 for the truckload plus $15 delivery is the way I
Yeah,
understood
yeah.
it. So
Oh.
$265 per triaxle load delivered.
Who's gonna run a triaxle for $15?
What, 26?
A ton. Not,
Oh, it's $15 a ton?
No.
No, that's what B&G's running.
One-time fee of $15 is the way that I understood.
no.
I can't believe that.
Well, can
That's what he told me.
we can approve,
So you're looking at around $30 a ton or better? At that price.
I guess.
I thought you meant $15 a ton delivered.
we can approve, up to a certain amount for stone. What do you think it's
I'm
gonna
calling tomorrow, we'll get better prices and I'll let everyone know.
be? Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say $30 a ton ain't reasonable.
Where does Grants deliver out of?
Hollidaysburg. Well,
The one that over top of Frankstown?
yeah, but it comes out of,
What is it?
almost down to Huntington now.
Far.
What
I
is
said
that
it's
called?
Williams.
Canister, isn't it?
No, it's in Williamsburg.
Huh?
They're
Williamsburg. Yeah, it's a canister for it.
The other one over in Hollidaysburg,
It's done.
the other land.
Yeah, they're already line. Hey, I shouldn't even say what they got mine up for.
You have one here, some radios, two-way radios.
Yeah,
You looking for approval for that?
yes.
He said that's for a load for $13 a ton.
Is that what you want?
Delivered.
Is that what you want?
So you mean to grab one and then
I thought that
give
was
one
too
back to the
high.
office?
I'm okay with it. What do you guys think? You guys, it's only $169. I don't think we need a motion for that. I don't think we need a motion for that, so I'm okay with it. You guys okay with it? Anybody object to it?
No, it's good.
Especially it's summertime now, and you're at the reservoir, rattlesnakes, I mean, you're better off having a way to contact someone.
Yeah. How'd you guys do it years ago, Bill? How'd you guys communicate back and forth from there? Did you have CDs?
There was a phone in that little block building, and we had pagers. If you got the page, you went in and called, and if you were in right, too bad, you just hustled faster.
Well,
I
They
tried,
had radios, but they wouldn't reach from the reservoir to Irvona.
I tried that phone out at that little building. It doesn't work.
No, they probably cut that line years ago, so.
So, do you think these radios are in range? I would think so. 40-mile range, right?
That's,
Yeah, that's ideal conditions though.
Yeah.
Are they gonna work then?
Oh, I have no idea. I use hunting radios like
Yeah.
that and it's surprising the short distance.
Yeah.
If there's an obstacle in the way, they don't work.
Doesn't the cell phones
We're
work?
on that box in there.
Not all the
Said it's
time,
going
yeah.
25 miles.
Yeah, I know, but
I'm okay with it.
I never
I
tried
think
one.
T-Mobile is right here now,
Yeah.
and AT&T is.
I had service out there with
Turn
Tima.
that tower on. That tower working?
far as I know, it is.
I was out there, last November,
Yeah.
and everything on my phone worked, and I even called her back.
AT&T, it's one bar, but it's hit or miss depending upon
The, where you're at.
weather. Weird.
Yeah.
Has anyone checked into that use net I see advertised? It's, the satellite stuff.
You have to buy all the equipment, and that's pretty expensive.
I've never heard of it.
So I don't know anything about that. I want just what they offer it. It's
Starlink.
like for the people who have
Yeah.
the sticks.
That's,
Jerry's right, Starlink's the way to go, it just needs to come down in price.
$500, I think it is.
It's expensive. It went up. It's like $550 now.
Yeah,
here.
is it went up?
No, you have to buy your satellite outright and then you.
Is it
pay
still
it.
$120 a month? Do you have it, Jerry?
I don't have it, I'm toying with it.
Okay.
Because my Windstream is way up there, over $300 and some dollars. We see it. Yeah. Have you tried hotspots for up there instead of having internet have a hotspot?
No, I don't know. I think the idea of the radio is also so you can communicate the whole way down the Reservoir Road if they need to, you know.
If you have a hotspot, you can connect to it. And it should be cheaper.
I don't know nothing
And
about
if they-
that stuff.
I know, let's see, what was the company? T-Mobile has hotspots. And they use it at one of the churches.
Oh. I don't know anything about that stuff. You got?
It's good for so many feet away from wherever you put it. I think 500 feet.
You guys have anything else? New business, I guess. Finally, is there anything on new business? So that's a couple of things. Motion to consider GD&F to prepare a bid packet for the upcoming SCADA project that we met with Leo about. Got a motion for that? I'll motion. Thanks, Jeff. Jeff motions to consider G&F to prepare the bid. I guess, is 1 and 2 the same, or are they different?
One's just turn on and authorizing them to prepare the bid packet.
Okay, we need a motion to,
Now, Leo, this has been discussed, but my question is, are we getting away from Paul?
this is just for the SCADA, right?
Yeah, that is the thing.
Well, it'll be a bid package.
Rockwell
It'll be-
/ Paul.
It'll be advertised for bid and they'll be able to bid on it, but, you know, if they bid like they quote, they,
They're gonna be high. That's the only reason I'm asking.
yeah.
So I know you're gonna send it to, what, DJ?
Send it to DJ, probably Cambria Systems and
Paul?
maybe Paul, yeah. We'll get
Do you have any preferences? Ryan, you?
No, I've said before, and I want to be on record saying it, DJ's great at what he does. My worry there is he's a one-man band. Paul is great. They're the leader in the industry. They are extremely pricey.
Okay. Noted. So we need motion number 2 to move forward with SCADA upgrades and send out the bid. That's, you mentioned motion on item 1, right?
Yeah, but there was no second and no vote.
Oh, okay. I'm getting ahead of myself. Is there a second?
Oh.
Mike seconds it. My bad. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? None being heard.
I'll make the motion for the second one then.
Motion for number 2. Motion to move forward with SCADA. Tom Dixon makes the motion for that. Upgrade, send out the bid. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Jeff McGallagher seconds it. All in favor? Aye. All in favor. Motion carries. Motion number 3. Motion to approve Casey Dick's vacation request. What's the days?
Where do you date that?
Are you paying for her to go to Hawaii?
Yeah.
Sounds like it. Is it? Okay. Motion to approve Casey to take vacation from May 30th, 2025 to June 6th, 2025. Is there a motion to approve that?
Tom makes a motion to approve it. Is there a second?
No second.
Mike seconds it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? None opposed. Casey's going on vacation.
You need that or?
I don't know. I think she
Yeah,
needs to sign
Ryan
it.
always wanted to sign.
You have to sign it. Okay. Looks like. Oh, yeah, it couldn't be done. I thought that said your signature.
Rob, is your 12-week course still going on?
Not right now.
No.
Because I'll be able
It
to
says
take the
date
test,
19.
Okay.
Yes.
but I'm going to take my test in September.
I just want to make sure someone's available because Zach has some vacation coming up.
His is next week.
Next
Next
week.
week. Yeah.
No, if you don't
Hey,
get
you're gonna be here,
hay
you're gonna be
made,
here, right?
What's that?
get the hay made around the
May
plant, there you go.
When she's
We
on
plan on
vacation, I'll
doing
be
that
here.
tomorrow.
You ain't gonna do it tomorrow.
No,
You ain't gonna do it all week,
I ain't scared of somewhere.
huh?
I ain't scared of somewhere.
You gonna bar my goats?
Okay.
They'll eat that.
One more motion here for, well,
You get a dry week, you're gonna have, somebody's gonna have to hit that. That's getting bad.
what are you getting?
Down below the plant. Don't crack this about that high already.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What, you can't, what are you gonna do with all the rain?
Yeah, we talked about that. Number 4, meeting held at Irvona Borough Council. So I know we held the meetings here, but we got a motion to hold them here the rest of the year if we're gonna do them the rest of the year, the rest
I
of the
thought
year.
we put that in.
I don't think we have a motion on it.
Yeah, do you advertise that way? For this year?
Not for here.
Not for here.
We gotta change it. It was,
Well, stay
It's
here.
not yet.
we got a motion to,
I'll make a motion and
is everybody
balance of
okay?
the year will stay here.
Everybody's okay with it here? Everybody?
I don't know, the president don't know what's in here? I'm good. We're
We're
good.
already approved it, so.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Mike Cossack seconds, all in favor? Aye. Motion
Yeah,
carries.
that's all we always took care of that.
Committee reports. I guess we pretty, you have any, Tom?
I don't have any.
Mike?
We already discussed about their service in the excavator, so.
Yeah, what are we gonna do with that? What is the final decision?
We're just gonna
Let them do it.
Okay, we also, I wanna, before we close, I wanna, just make notice that we had a executive meeting here this evening from 6 to 7 for different employee matters and things, so that's on. And we just need one more motion after that.
One thing we
Unless
put
somebody
up
else has something.
about them taking comp time.
I don't know if we have to vote on that, do we?
No, I mean,
Yeah, but you want to amend your,
we have to see if they want to.
that's a discussion that you have wanted here.
Huh?
Yeah,
You don't have that discussion now.
No.
that's why I left it off the
Yeah,
paper.
Yeah.
Discuss it with them and then bring it.
Yeah.
We'll discuss it with them and
Yeah,
then come
we'll
back.
talk about it.
Okay.
Then we can amend it. Mr. Custer, before we close?
If I could,
Sure.
I haven't heard anything about training for the employees, any talk in the last couple of months about them going out for any type of training.
I don't know. Is there anything out there, Ryan, that we could send them to?
That 12-week course, that's offered twice a year.
I know Chris Eckenrode is sending you what, PowerPoints?
Yeah.
He's helping you out. And then Tony has been coming in and doing some on-job,
This one.
right?
Well,
So,
Mr. Chairman, Tima's paying dues to be a member to Pennsylvania Rural Water.
yeah,
I said to Mr. Noel outside, you ought to utilize that website because there are all type of learning things that you can get right there, and they keep you up to date on when and where the seminars are, what they pertain to.
yeah.
And personally, I would love to see the secretary, board members, each of you take turns and go. There's always areas that pertain to municipal water authorities.
Things are always changing.
And they
too.
do it for everybody, her for to help her with office, you guys so that you better direct, the operator so he knows where his access and help points are. And like the leak detection guys, you call, they come.
You say it's on PRWA's water site?
Yeah,
You're
Bill is
paying
right
the
there.
dues, take advantage of it.
They have in-class trainings you gotta pay for, but they have a lot of webinars that are free.
That'd be nice.
And they still have a lot of host systems, right? And you
Yes.
have their seminars there, because you have hands-on leak detection and.
You guys wanna look into something?
Me and Wendy already talked.
Okay.
She already sent me stuff and we can go back and forth.
I just would like to
Yeah.
see,
Casey, you wanna look on her, see if there's anything on her pertains to you guys? You and Vicky? I totally support any kind of training or whatever we can do to help them.
Does anybody know what we pay for comp insurance
Off the top of my head, not,
for a year?
that's,
So one of the things that just come up, one of my other systems, they formed a safety committee to save, I think, 10% on their annual comp. I don't know what 10% looks like to you guys, but
10%.
they have to, they're required to do an annual training, a 1-hour training, and then meet monthly over safety issues.
Is that through Doobler? Is our comp through Doobler, right?
It's a state discount. But once you get accredited through the state to meet their criteria, they give you the discount. Don't quote me, it's either 5 or 10% off the comp. But some of those larger systems, 5 or 10% on insurance for a lot of employees, a lot of money. I don't know up here what it looks like, but
That'd be nice to have. We can do whatever we
yeah,
can.
maybe it's a couple $100 a year for different things.
Maybe you notice, I was talking to my friend at Rural Water, and he said, to be a flagger, you have to have
Certified.
certification.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you have a leak and you got someone, you gotta have someone certified to do your flagging.
Well, actually, one of them has to be.
Yeah, so, you know, it's,
Yeah, it's ridiculous right now. You gotta be certified to put a sign up.
Just the state's way to get $110, that's what it costs. For the certification.
Not at all.
See them trucks running around, says flag report? That's all they do.
yeah. Well, I know for a fact, 3 people involved with water back when I was there, working on like 95 to 2000, 3 people, 2 of them got hurt and one had ended his career. He was never the same.
Well,
People supposedly watching for him while he's leak detecting and they didn't do their job and he got hit.
It wouldn't be a bad idea to send both of them down to certify.
You can do it online,
There you go.
4 hours.
you have any info on that?
Yeah.
Can you send it to us?
Yep.
Thanks, man.
In fact, PRWA has it, I think Chuck is it July, the third Monday in July, it'll be the day of our meeting, I believe. July 19th or whatever, it's $110.
Okay.
Take it online and then they mail you the little card that you got required to carry.
I got pencil.
I did notary work for a flagger. She makes $65 an hour.
That's rate work.
I'm gonna put in for a flagger.
Yeah, that's what it is. They're getting the same money as my operator now,
What you doing?
and they're out getting certified.
That's true.
Someone that'll pull me up.
Guess we need one more motion.
There you go.
Unless somebody else says something.
I'll make a motion, June.
I'll second it. Alex makes a motion, Jerry. Mike Cross seconds. All in favor, aye? Aye. Any opposed?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I don't blame you.
Is height still a possibility?
Thank you so much.
They're gonna find their efficiency.
What are you gonna do, go fishing for clouds then? Down fishing with clouds and race down. See